back to my kitchen. Yeah, today I'm going to be baking, okay? My good friend Shannon Anderson, her and her husband have a YouTube channel you really need to check out. Steve and Shannon Anderson here on YouTube. I will put a link in the description box to their channel. Please go check it out. There's lots of good stuff up there. Anyway, she recently did a video called 1,000-Year-Old Banana Oatmeal Cookies at Home with Shannon Anderson with special guests. Okay, I have the recipe right here. So I thought I'd give my hand at it and see how well I did with it. I will link to her video of her making this same recipe also in the description box. So please go check that out and see which one of us did better, okay? Feel free to comment on both videos. This recipe, it's a basic oatmeal cookie recipe, and then you can vary it in so many ways by adding little add-ins. There are options for adding in, and you can choose one or all of them, or mix them up. What I like is that with one basic recipe and add-ins, if you have say a cookie swap party, at Christmas or whatever, you can do the basic batch and then just add in different ingredients in different batches and come up with an amazing variety of cookies. And basically all you're doing is making one recipe. That's great stuff. This apparently stores really well for a very, very long time. I'm not sure about 1,000 years, okay, but it will be stable for a long time. Store in a covered container at room temperature. It'll keep for a very long time, says right on the recipe. So that's the basic one. And when you start to make the cookies themselves, you're adding in eggs and milk and vanilla. That won't hold. Okay, that you got to bake off right away. But the basic cookie mix will be stable, room temperature, sealed container. You're good to go, because a lot of the ingredients are, well, all of the ingredients themselves sit at room temperature in your cupboards and whatnot. So mix them together, airtight containers so they don't dry out, or etc., and you're good to go. Okay, so let's get on with things. To keep this video a little bit shorter, I will be stopping the video here and there as I mix things. I don't want you to stand here and watch me mix for a long time. Everybody knows how to mix things. So there will be little short jumps like that to try and keep this a little shorter. So let's go. Okay, the basic ingredients are going to be flour, salt, baking powder, and baking soda. Okay, firmly packed brown sugar, which I have, where have I got this? Yeah, I got it right here. Okay, I've got more of these in case I run out anyway. Firmly packed brown sugar. We have shortening. I like to use Tender Flake. I find it's worth the extra 20 cents over the no-name stuff. Okay, shortening. And quick cooking rolled oats. Now what I like to use are the Robin Hood quick oats. You can usually get them like this, and they are really good for baking and stuff. I always have some in the cupboard. In fact, I have a part bag here. Way not enough for this recipe, so I had to go buy more. So that is for the basic cookie mix. That's all the base is. Okay, they give you The options you can add to change up the varieties are all in 1 cup measure. So anything you want to add in, just add a cup of, you know. You can also add a cup of peanut butter, a cup of mincemeat. I'm not sure about mincemeat for me or this house, but you know, if it strikes your fancy, by all means go for it. Remember I was saying Christmas? Mincemeat would be great at Christmas. Okay. The oven just preheated. The baking temperature for these cookies are 350 Celsius for 15 minutes per sheet. And you drop spoonfuls on a lightly greased cookie sheet, or cover the cookie sheet with parchment paper. I have 2 cookie sheets ready to go, all parchment papered up. So, but first we need to make the basic oatmeal cookie mix, and so here we go. Now I have my utensils and things. I have measuring cups. I love this measuring cup by Tupperware. It's an old one, so I don't know if you can find any, but it does have 8 cups. This is a big, big thing, right? 8 cups of everything, like 8 cups of flour and 8 cups of oatmeal, oats. I have a pastry blender to cut in the shortening to help break it up a little bit. I have a 1/2 cup measure that I'm going to need when I go to make cookies with the variation or something in it. And I have a teaspoon measure. Okay, but first what we need, here we go, a big bowl. Okay, we're talking big. The recipe, I will copy and paste the recipe in the description box as well. And it is also on Shannon's original video, so you can get it there as well if something happens to mine somehow. Anyway, basic oatmeal cookie mix makes enough for 5 to 6 batches. Okay, 1 batch of plain cookies makes approximately 4 dozen. So 4 dozen times 5 or 6. Okay, that makes a lot of cookies. So yeah, I'm going to be holding on to these for a while. Okay, we first start off for our basic, put things aside here. Our basic recipe starts off with 8 cups of flour. Wow. 8 cups of flour go in the base, and I use all-purpose flour. There's no problem using that. It's not like a pie pastry or a cake or anything that has to particularly do anything. And I store my flour in a basic container here, just for it's airtight against any critters that might be around, and it keeps everything neat and accessible for me. So here we go. As I said, this 8 cup measure is perfect because you don't have to lose track or anything. You can just shovel it in there, and when you hit 8 cups, you're good to go. Just tamp it down and see where we're at. Almost there. That's a lot of flour, but it does make a lot of cookies. So go. Yeah, that's pretty much it. 8 cups of flour. Okay. Mix together well. Flour, salt. Okay, 2 teaspoons of salt. And please don't criticize me for looking at the recipe. This is a new recipe for me. And I know I've had complaints before on recipes. It's like, practice, practice, practice. Well, you know what? I made a statement that on my channel I will be showing you warts and all. So if I make a mistake, you're going to see it. I won't edit it out. Just to prove if I can do it, you can do it. And none of us are perfect, okay? So, okay, we need 4 teaspoons of salt. That's 1 teaspoon. Again, it's a lot of cookies, so you figure that out across all the cookies, and you're not very salty. Okay, and there's 4. All right, next ingredient. What else do we got here? Flour, salt, baking powder. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now this is baking powder, and I love this container because you can level it off right in the container, and it stores so well. Okay, there's one teaspoon, and 2 teaspoons. Okay, I will show you the bowl in a minute. I realize the camera is not aimed down at the bowl, but I haven't done much except add to it yet. Okay, we need 2 teaspoons of baking soda. This is a trick my grandma taught me. On the back of the knife, level off the measuring. That's 1. And 2. Okay. Now what else have we got? Baking powder, baking soda, and sugar. We need 6 cups of firmly packed brown sugar. Again, I'll caution you again, this is a lot of cookies, so it is going to take quantity. I would imagine you could use a substitute for the sugar. Anything that would measure like 1 to 1 would probably be okay to substitute in. I personally, these are treats, so I just use the sugar. It's just a one-time thing kind of thing. Okay. Wow. Alright. There's all the sugar I had. Let's see if I need to break the new one in. Use the back of the cup measure because it's got to be firmly packed. Yep, it's a good thing I got some more sugar. Alright, that's gone. Open a new one. Oh, alright, there's the bowl. It's getting full, guys. When they say use a big bowl, they mean it. Okay, I need some more sugar. Disaster in the kitchen. What did I say? I just lost a big chunk of my brown sugar. Darn it. Alright. Alright, there is 6 cups of firmly packed brown sugar. Going in the bowl. Wow. Reminds me of building sandcastles. Okay. I'll be right back. I have to clean up some sugar. Okay, and I'm back. Sugar's all cleaned up, no big, just a broom and a dustpan. Accidents happen, everything's fine. Okay, so what I have to do now is to thoroughly mix these ingredients together that we just put in the bowl. And then from there I cut in the shortening very well, and then stir in oats. So I will get about doing that, and I'll be back when this is thoroughly mixed and ready for the shortening. Okay, everything is thoroughly mixed, pretty even. Uniform consistency here all the way to the bottom of the bowl. What I did midway is switch out to a whisk, and that really helps blend ingredients, because it's like having your fingers go right through it all, and it moves everything all at once. So that was my little shortcut. Okay, so everything is all thoroughly mixed, and we're ready to cut in the shortening. The shortening is 3 cups of shortening. Lucky I had some left, because 1 box of shortening, the standard box, comes with 2 1/3 cups. Okay, and this recipe calls for 3 cups of shortening. So I had enough left to make up the 3 cups, and I just put it all in a bowl so that I cut it up in slices like this, like cakes, so that when you add it to your recipe, not to worry, I did wash my hands before I started cooking. When you add it like this into your recipe, it makes it easier to cut in than a big solid chunk, because then you're working with something thinner and easier to incorporate into the mix. So there we go. And I will be back again as soon as this is all mixed in. Okay, now the shortening has been cut in very well. Everything is pretty even. There are no large sections of shortening left. It's all mixed right through to the bottom. Now you can cut in shortening with 2 knives kind of thing. I just find it easier to use a pastry cutter with the handle and just rock it back and forth and mix it that way. That's just my go-to. But you can do it the knives way if that's your thing. Okay, so next on the list, to finish off this basic oatmeal cookie mix, is to add in 8 cups of quick cooking rolled oats. I have pre-measured it to save a bit of time, and this again has to be mixed in very well so that it reaches all of the mixture. You don't want pockets of oats or pockets of flour mixture, and you want it evenly mixed through so that you maintain the consistency through all the batches you're going to make in the future. As you can see, this is a lot of mix. And a single batch is 6 cups. Well, there's 8 cups of flour and 8 cups of oats. That's 16 cups right there. Never mind the brown sugar and, you know, so on. So, yeah, once again, I'll be back when this is mixed. Okay guys, here we go. This is the sum total of what you get when everything is fixed up to get it all combined together. For the basic oatmeal cookie mix that makes around 5 to 6 batches, I have a Tupperware sealed container here with the rest of the mix, and this is what you use for 1 batch. Is 6 cups of the original mix plus eggs and milk and vanilla. So that is what you have. So I have my first batch ready to start on here, and I have another, I guess, 4 to 5 batches in here. Anyway, So I'm going to leave this video right here. This is just the basic oatmeal cookie mix. I will be making another video and I'll use the basic mix and add different additions to vary the recipe. So that will be in another video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.